And thank you for joining us here at 12:30, only on KGW Plus. I'm Tim Gordon. We'll check in with Chris McGinnis for your forecast here in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at this afternoon's top stories. Crime Stoppers of Oregon is offering a $2,500 reward for information that leads to the arrest of the man Portland police say shot and injured two officers in Northeast Portland on Monday. The incident happened near Northeast 17th and Clackamas after officers responded to a call of someone threatening another person with a knife. When the officers arrived, the suspect opened fire, hitting them both. He's described as a man in his mid-30s with facial hair. He was believed to be armed with a knife and gun and was seen with a black backpack and a green shopping bag. Portland Public Schools is considering reducing around 300 positions in order to close another big budget shortfall. The district says the projected $50 million budget deficit is mainly due to ongoing issues like declining enrollment, rising costs, and the expiration of one-time funding. Two community meetings are happening tonight at 6 o'clock at Ida B. Wells and Cleveland High School. Portland's new WNBA team has just dropped the schedule for its inaugural season. The Fire's first game will be against the Chicago Sky. That's on Saturday, May 9th. Then former Oregon Ducks Sabrina Ionescu and the New York Liberty will be back in Portland for back-to-back games here. And former Beaverton star Cameron Brake and the LA Sparks will be in town on August 2nd. All right, let's check in with Chris McGinnis now in the Weather Center and a look at your forecast. And Chris, we had another cold start this morning.
Another morning in the low 20s. If you weren't waking up to a gusty east wind, you were waking up. Check this out. Pearson Airfield got down to 21 degrees this morning, even at PDX 25. This other Portland is actually the Portland Troutdale Airport at 34. Gusty winds keep the temperatures a little more, keeps the air mass more mixed overnight. Doesn't allow for the radiational cooling. But again, another frosty morning across the region. Corvallis waking up to 21. Eugene got all the way down to 19 this morning. With the cloud cover moving in, and you'll see that in a second, it won't be as cold tonight, but the trade-off will be that we're not going to warm up much from where we are right now. This is the live look from the Springs to the waterfront in Vancouver. Below 10,000 feet, but we do have a high thin overcast moving in right now. It's 39 there. It's clear in Salem, beautiful, but chilly. 37 at almost, well, 12:30 now. So obviously a very chilly day. And there you can see the high clouds moving in on our Wells Fargo sky camera where it's currently 38. All right, cloud cover, yes. And, you know, radar is actually showing some sprinkles out in the Coast Range. I haven't seen any ground truth to that yet, but the clouds are definitely going to thicken. So, again, maybe inching towards 41 for a high this afternoon and becoming mostly cloudy this evening. Not as cold tonight, not as breezy tonight. We'll start with clouds tomorrow and finish with sunshine. That in your weekend forecast coming up after the break.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Well, European leaders have lingering questions after President Donald Trump abruptly announced a, quote, framework of a deal related to Greenland. Meanwhile, Denmark continues to insist that they cannot negotiate on their sovereignty. NBC's Ellison Barber reports from the capital of Greenland.
After President Trump's unexpected announcement that there was a framework of a deal related to Greenland and the Arctic region with the Secretary General of NATO, people here in Greenland were surprised, many of them saying they needed to see more details to understand what they thought about this. Some saying they didn't trust President Trump regardless. There are still a number of outstanding questions. We are waiting to hear from Greenland's Prime Minister later today, but many of the people we spoke to here said while they don't necessarily know what to make of this announcement or what to believe here, that if this is a framework of a deal about security in the Arctic region and not ownership of Greenland, that is something they would most likely be okay with, that would most likely be considered positive. In a new statement, the Danish Prime Minister saying security in the Arctic is and has been a matter for all of NATO, that the Kingdom of Denmark has long worked for NATO to increase engagement in the Arctic. And she went on to say, quote, we can negotiate on everything political, security, investments, economy, but we cannot negotiate on our sovereignty. She said, I have been informed that this has not been the case either. And of course, only Denmark and Greenland themselves can make decisions on issues concerning Denmark and Greenland. Again, we are waiting to get more information on this deal. The people here in Greenland are also looking for that. We do expect to hear from Greenland's Prime Minister later this afternoon. Reporting in Nuuk, Greenland, Ellison Barber, NBC News.
We'll take a look at this home security video of an armed burglar breaking into a home to steal presents before Christmas last year. The Multnomah County District Attorney's Office shared this video with us, saying they have since arrested the suspect and charged him with multiple counts of home burglary. Now, investigators believe he broke into other homes, and so they're asking for more victims to come forward. The suspect is currently being held on a $200,000 bail. A Southwest Washington coastal town has now fired its fire chief after he was accused of raping and molesting at least 3 children. The city of Ilwaco said it has ended Jeffrey Archer's employment and appointed an interim chief. Archer was arrested earlier this month after his alleged victims came forward accusing him of abusing them over several years while he was babysitting at his home. And if you or someone you know has experienced sexual assaults and you need support, help is always available. Just call that number on your screen. It's 800-656-HOPE to reach the National Sexual Assault Hotline. That's 24/7. Portland's city councilors are set to receive their first monthly update from a new city administrator, Raymond Lee, including an update on the arts tax. Just over $8 million is being spread across Portland's 6 school districts and charter schools this school year to pay for elementary art teacher salaries. This year is noteworthy when it comes to the arts tax. Students who were kindergartners when the money started flowing during the 2013-14 school year are now seniors in high school. And some upbeat news when it comes to the future of downtown Portland. A new study shows a spike in foot traffic with 32 million pedestrians visiting the area last year. Joe Ranieri has more.
Downtown Portland has seen its highs and lows over the last several years. Here's another high for the Rose City. There's more foot traffic.
What's more exciting about this year's number is the continued upward trajectory, the growth in visitor foot traffic being substantial and even peaking over 2019 numbers.
A new report from Downtown Portland Clean and Safe found more than 32 million pedestrians visited downtown last year.
We're just about 85% of what we used to be, and while that's not 100% and we're not all the way there, this is huge progress.
Andrew Hone, who's the president and CEO of Portland Metro Chamber, says this past summer was the busiest for foot traffic since before the pandemic. Governor Tina Kotek said this data tells us what anyone who has visited downtown lately already knows. Portland has a renewed vibrance and vitality. So how are these numbers tracked? The city uses an app called Placer.ai, which can track your location through your phone.
So we really draw a line around the core of downtown, including Old Town, and we're able to figure out who's coming and going, how long they're staying here, and gives us a sense of the sort of activities they're participating in.
Seeing 2 million more people along these streets from 2024 is clearly something to celebrate, but Hone wants to see things get better with office workers.
These offices are at historic vacancy rates since Portland had an office market. And we are at 50% of what we used to be in terms of office foot traffic.
He's hoping the next big win will be when these vacant buildings are full again.
Thanks to Joe Ranieri for that. Organ donors in Washington saved hundreds of lives last year, marking a historic milestone. In 2025, Life Center Northwest reported 337 donors provided more than 1,000 organs, saving 930 lives. That's the most in the organization's 28-year history. Seattle resident Jean Allenbach knows how powerful that gift can be. Her 15-year-old daughter registered as an organ donor when she got her driver's permit. She died tragically just a few months later. Jean says her daughter's life-saving generosity remains an important part of her legacy.
Life, when it's going on, to have meaning. And that was really kept me going, knowing that she was saving 6 lives.
Now Jean works to raise awareness for the more than 1,600 Washington patients currently waiting for transplants. Well, still ahead, as the countdown continues to the start of the 2026 Olympic Winter Games, Team USA is taking shape, including 3 Oregonians set to rep the red, white, and blue, with one taking on her 4th Olympics. Plus, a Washington doctor is getting ready for the Paralympics. Why he says winning a medal is not his family's greatest accomplishment. Right after the break.
The KGW Plus TV app. streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Getting ready. We have just 15 days before opening ceremonies kick off the 2026 Olympic Winter Games, and Team USA is starting to take shape. This morning, we learned at least 3 Oregonians have been selected to rep the red, white, and blue. Alpine skier Jackie Wiles from Portland is ready to take on her 4th Olympics. She recently finished 3rd in a World Cup downhill ski race. And 2 Oregonians have been selected to represent the U.S. Hydro Flask snowboard team. It will be Alessandro Barbieri's first Olympics. He comes from Portland. And at 17 years old, he apparently speaks Italian as well. And Sean Fitzsimons from Hood River is headed to his 2nd Olympics. And shortly after February's events, top Paralympic athletes will compete in the Winter Games in early March. For a Washington doctor, this will be his 10th year with the U.S. Paralympic cross-country ski and biathlon team. But as Sebastian Robertson shows us, his family's greatest accomplishment has nothing to do with medals.
High in the Cascade Mountains, just beyond Snoqualmie Pass, the trails at Cabin Creek provide a quiet proving ground for the nation's top winter athletes.
I'm the team physician for the U.S. Paralympic cross-country ski and biathlon team.
The sport combines endurance cross-country skiing with precision rifle shooting, adapted for athletes with disabilities.
And it's almost like you're flying just across the snow.
King 5 featured Dr. Kyle Nagel's role as team doctor back in 2018. This year, he'll head to his 4th Olympic Games in Milan, Italy. That's his daughter at his side.
I'm 15 and I've been skiing since before I can remember.
Sylvie Nagel is not an Olympian, at least not yet. But the fact that she's skiing at all is worthy of a medal. 1 year ago, a fall on the slopes changed everything.
It's called diffuse axonal injury, where there's a lot of the neurons just got sheared, and she had a couple bleeds in her brain. So yeah, severe traumatic brain injury.
Sylvie doesn't remember the fall. She has no memory of the first 2 weeks she spent in the hospital.
I'm giving you no help right now.
2 months after the injury, as she started getting back into schoolwork.
One memory I have was when I first got home and I was working on that history project.
Oh yeah.
And I just could not figure it out.
Yeah.
And it was just not as easy as it used to be.
Get those legs going.
Little by little, Sylvie worked to regain skills so many of us take for granted.
On Wednesday night, I think I felt more comfortable than I ever have in my life on my V2.
Later this month, her dad leaves for the Olympics. His star athlete will stay in the Northwest.
And you leaving, it will be a refresher. It will be a time to reset and to be like, okay, I'm here now, and then I'll miss you for probably a week.
Yeah, so there you go. Normal 15-year-old.
While her dad is tending to world-class athletes, she'll continue training for her first competition since her injury.
I'm excited, and my whole plan is just like not to look at my place. I'll know my time, but I don't want to know my place.
Each stride they take is a reminder of how far they've come. In Seattle, Sebastian Robertson, King 5 News.
What a great story, father-daughter, great relationship there. All right, the Olympics kick off Friday, February 6th with the opening ceremony from Milan. You can catch it right here on NBC and KGW.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
It is, yeah.
Wow. All right, let's get you in the Olympic spirit. We'll take you up into the Alpine wilderness here. This is from the Mount Hood Wilderness looking south towards a snow-capped Mount Jefferson and the Three Sisters, the Central Oregon Cascades. High overcast starting to work its way in. That's going to filter out our sunshine this afternoon, but will it give us rain? I don't know about that. Let me show you radar and your full forecast coming up after the break.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
All right, Chris McGinnis is here. We were just talking about the winners and losers. I was at the coast over the 3-day weekend. Beautiful, sunny, like 60 degrees.
It's been sunny every day at the beach for days and days.
Came home and it was freezing cold.
Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah.
On the other side of the Cascades, they've been locked under that low cloud lockdown for like a week.
No fun.
And in between, it has been windy as all get out. Okay, so the winds are beginning to subside a bit, but that said, Corbett, near the Corbett High School, still gusted to 61 miles an hour earlier this morning. Now, as we mentioned, the breeze beginning to slacken a little bit. The east winds now in Troutdale are down, sustained winds down to 15. We still have some gustier breezes, but the sustained wind and the gusts themselves are lowering, and that will continue to be the case through the afternoon. In fact, Futurecast bears that out here. We'll roll the clock into the evening hours, and we're back down to 5 miles an hour at the airport and 10 to 15, maybe 20 through parts of the gorge. That is bearable. Unfortunately, it's going to be back probably tomorrow and Saturday. That's just the result of the dry, stagnant weather pattern that we've been in, and that doesn't show much sign of changing, which brings me to this. The stretch of weather here that we are going through here in January is remarkable. So today will make day 11 if we don't get any rain at PDX, which I don't think we will, and I'll show you why I'm hedging on that in just a second. But today would make day 11 of not a drop of rain at PDX during what is typically our third wettest month of the year. All right, the hedge. Radar right now actually does show some precipitation falling beneath that cloud deck that's moving in. Now, here's the deal. I haven't seen any observation sites that are actually recording anything. And typically, when you get this mid-level cloud deck that comes in, there's a lot of space between where the precipitation is and the ground, right? We call this virga. It evaporates before it hits the ground. So that's likely what's going to happen with most of that. But it's not out of the question that we get a sprinkle in the Coast Range. We talked about folks east of the Cascades. I mean, Wasco, Sherman, Morrow, Gillum County, portions of Crook County, Jefferson County. You've just been socked into this low cloud deck for days and days and days. It might break up a little bit tomorrow, but then it likely returns this weekend. 38 on our Rose City sky camera. There is that low cloud deck in the Dalles right now. It's 33. Elsewhere across the region, Beaverton sits at 40. These are going on 1 o'clock temperatures here, so it's chilly. Burns after a cold start. You're up to about 20 degrees at last check. All right, today, increasing clouds, 41 maybe. I mean, it's going to be a cool afternoon for sure. And then as I show you Futurecast, there's 1 or 2 blips on the map here. And then as fast as that system blows on by here, it clears out. So tomorrow we may start with some clouds, but we will finish with sunshine. And the east breeze is likely to pick up again tomorrow. And while we're showing clear skies east of the Cascades, I'm expecting that to probably fill back in as we go into the weekend with a little bit of an inversion and that low cloud deck reforming. All right, today increasing clouds, 41, maybe 42. Tomorrow, not as cold to start. It has been very, very chilly, but the clouds moving in tonight will keep us several degrees warmer overnight. We turn sunny in the afternoon, and then we're back to frosty cold mornings on Saturday and Sunday with afternoon sunshine and highs in the upper 40s. We'll be right back.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW+. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW+. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Welcome back. After 50 years, the oldest skateboard shop at Portland has changed hands. And it turns out its new owner is a longtime customer and employee. CalSkate sits at the corner of Northwest 6th and Everett in Old Town. New owner Chris Nucala says when he was first walked into that shop, he was just 8 years old and he felt immediately welcome and fell in love with skateboarding.
I came in here and the diehards behind the counter took the time with me to assemble a skateboard that represented me and the personality I was creating. And they opened up the doors to this beautiful community that I've been immersed in ever since. We're not the gatekeepers, we're the welcoming committee, and all we need is one in-person chance to make you a customer and a family member for life.
Love that attitude. Well, Chris started working at the shop after school and on weekends when he was 15. Now as the owner, he wants to continue what the original owner started by making sure that it's a welcoming spot for anyone walking in for the first time. We'll be right back.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW+. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW+. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
We now know which movies and artists are nominated for this year's Oscars. The nominations were announced early this morning at the Samuel Golden Theater in Beverly Hills. The movie Sinners earned a record 16 nominations, including Best Picture. One Battle After Another was also nominated for Best Picture and 12 other awards. Rounding out the Best Picture category, Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Train Dreams, also F1 and The Secret Agent. The Oscars take place March 15th. All right, let's get a quick word from Chris.
Mostly cloudy. This afternoon, 42. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Chris. A reminder, we've added new live coverage to KGW+. Check it out on